Welcome to the Boogaloo with Hannah Mendelson. I'm here today with my good friend Eleanor Lawrence. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh, cheers. Yes, I got some alcohol as well. We met doing stand-up comedy. I'm predominantly a sitcom writer. Now I'm basically on lockdown in New York City and can't go and see my family. We're all spread around the globe like a sexy South African coronavirus.
Catch me up on what's been going on with you since coronavirus. You probably heard about it way before any of us did.
You know, my family are in Italy. So, I got the lowdown from them. Obviously, a lot of cases were occurring, and my brother said maybe I should come back to England because all the Airbnb people are cancelling. And my mum looked into it and he booked a ticket and she said, well, it's Milan airport and the government's advising people not to travel out of Milan like any other airport, but that was the worst. That area was the worst hit. Right. She was like, also, you're kind of isolated. It's true. Like they're on Lago Maggiore, which is the less financially stable people's Lake Como. Just as beautiful, but no George Clooney, no yachts. About a week after he didn't go to Milan airport, they were then on lockdown. The village does have a sense of community,
right? And
they don't have a lot going on there, but the bar is full every night. People go get their espresso shots in the afternoon from the same place, and now those are closed. I think it's going to be very isolating and lonely for a lot of the people there. It's my mum and dad are like, well, at the moment they have a little bolt hole property in England, because my sister's still there in London, and they're wondering whether to try and get John over if the lockdown gets lifted. But then they're in a 1-bedroom flat. My dad's 70. It's like, is that the best idea? My brother will have been exposed if he goes through any kind of transit to get out of Italy. Right. My sister, 2 days ago, we did a family intervention because her boss was making her go into work. She was going into Kensington and Chelsea, which is the area with the most cases of coronavirus. She's working with the elderly, a charity that provides services for elderly people.
Oh my God.
And they were making her go in, and she essentially works the phone lines to, book in these appointments for people to go and shop for the elderly or have their nails cut. And it's something she could definitely do from
home. Yeah.
So Sophie was going into work. We all had a group Skype with her on Monday, and we said, do not go in tomorrow. Because my mum and dad were like, we can't leave you in London sick. She was on the tube, the packed tube, which was still as densely populated as it always is, the Petri dish tube. And, she had people coughing into their masks. We made her put her foot down with her boss, who was very martyrish about it, and said, oh, well, we have to carry on. We're providing a service. And 2 days later, she found out that a staff member has coronavirus, and they've shut the place to the public, but the manager is still refusing to close the business. She's having other staff members come in through the back door. The British mentality of keep calm and carry on was rife, not helped by Boris being a twat.
Tweedledee and Tweedledumbass on each side of the Atlantic.
I know, I've been calling them Tweedledum and Tweedledickard. I'm just like, come on, man.
The people in the UK are experiencing, I think, just as much as the US, as nobody has any idea what's going on. Even my own parents, I call my parents and they're like, we just went to lunch and we're on our way home. And I'm like, what the hell? And they're like, oh, it's not here. We don't have to worry about it. And
I've noticed this pattern actually with younger people telling their parents off. And they should know better because they've got the same sources of information as me. Like I said, brother trapped in Italy, got 2 cousins, one pregnant in Denmark. They've been on lockdown a week. Denmark was just like, no. So she hasn't been able to go for baby scans, any of that. They cannot leave the home. We're only a certain amount of days behind these countries. We know how this is going to go.
We import everything from China. When I saw China shut down, that's when I started stockpiling. It doesn't matter if it's for a second, an hour, a day, a week, a month, or a year. The supply chain is interrupted.
When the sky is blue in Wuhan, that's when you know what's up.
Like, this whole thing just feels like being on the Titanic, where it's just like gross negligence along with the perfect environmental conditions have just made this the worst. From not having enough lifeboats to the watch guard forgetting the binoculars that night and thinking, oh, it's a clear night. I don't need that.
Smell else, can ya? Reading crush.
Exactly. We are dressed in our best and we are ready to go down with the ship. Oh, but we would like a brandy though, yes.